Hello, class. All right, so we did not, today is January the 16th, so Wallace State's having a virtual day today. So the plan is if we are allowed to meet in person, that we'll go ahead and have a class on Thursday this week. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and present you some things that I would do this week anyway, just in case we don't get to meet Thursday. So let me share the screen with you here. Everybody meet Rudy. She's hanging out with me right here. See, she's a lot of fun. All right, so let's. All right, so you're seeing Cengage. You probably have a similar view without all this other stuff down here. You have this class here. All right, so we're going to go into that. And also, let me, before we jump into that, I'm going to take a look at the class in Blackboard. I went ahead and added that we're having class Thursday, which is my plan unless, we go virtual again. But either way, you'll have this week's work. We'll do it here together. Also, I want to look at this schedule here. We went over this in class already, and we already on recording, but we do have this operating systems stuff due by the 25th. I'm going to go ahead and start working on Word today here. I'm going to let you do the operating system stuff on your own. If you do have any questions about that, if you don't feel like you're getting the information from it that you would want, you want some support, just send me an email or let me know in class, and I'll do what I can to fill in the gaps. But otherwise, we're going to start on Word here today on this video, right? So, all right, so here we go. All right, so underneath Word, all right, so you've got 3 modules under Word, plus you got these 2 items that are outside of the modules. You got a capstone project and a major project. So what we're going to do is start with Word. We're going to start with apply it, and we're going to do this creating and modifying a flyer option here. Okay. So this is how you start with these things. We're going to click this. You'll get this screen here. I'm asking you to, review a couple things once you do, and then we're going to click Start. It's going to bring us to this screen here. Step 1 here has got the files that we need to download. It's got 3 different files. It's got the instructions. It's got the start file, or the file that we'll be working with, and then it's got a supporting file. Looks like it's some type of image. There'll be a point in the exercise where we'll need to use that, but right now I'm just going to click Download All, and they will all download to your computer. And on my computer, everything downloads to Downloads folder. So I have those 3 things right here, right? I'm going to open up the instructions first. I'm going to show you something on those that it'll be true for most every one of these. And the first things that you're going to do just about every time is you're going to rename the file from an _1 to an _2. All right, so you want to go ahead and do that before you get started with it. So right here in the file list, this is the files that I downloaded, these 3 right here. All right, so this file right here is our working file. This is the one we want to rename to _2. So I'm just going to right click on it and say rename. I'm going to press the arrow key on my keyboard and over to the right, and see now my cursor is sitting there waiting. I'm going to press backspace. I'm going to type the number 2. I'm going to press enter. So now we've renamed that file. per the instructions, so we don't have to worry about it later. So what's going to happen when we upload these later is going to be looking for the file to be named exactly that. If you don't rename it, either now or at the end, it's going to have problems. So, all right, so I'm going to double click on this and open it up. Here it is. I'm going to enable editing, get rid of that. So here's the file that we're working with. All right, and we also had our instruction file. This is instructions right here, right? So I'm going to move these instructions over to my other screen, and I'm going to be showing you the actual working file on the screen. So if you wanted to follow on with the instructions, just bring that up on another screen so you can see it. And I may show it from time to time, but we're going to start out this. When we look through the instructions, looks like we've got 15 steps with multiple parts. We're going to start out with step number 1. You work in the financial aid department of Avery University and are creating a flyer to advertise upcoming financial aid workshops. Begin by making the following changes to the document theme and the theme colors to match other documents from the financial aid department. All right, so it wants us to change the document theme to office. All right, so knowing where to change the document theme is probably helpful, right? So we're going to go, where do you think that is? Maybe in layout. What do you think about design? All right, let's find our themes over here. So we're under design, there's a whole theme section. We'll choose that, and it says it wants us to change the document to the office theme. So one of these is going to be called office, just like it's this one. We'll choose that, and that's really all there is to it. All right, and then we're going to change the document theme colors to red. So when I got my theme open, let's see, the document theme colors. I'm going to go down here to red. Simple enough. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save what we've done so far. So that right there, we just completed steps 1, A, and B, right? So, yeah, sometimes if you wanted to keep up with these, you could mark them through something like that, or you could just simply move on. All right, step 2, change the margins to narrow to fit more content on the paper. All right, so I'm going to go back to home here. So where do you guys think the margins are going to be? Let's go to layout. Here's our margins, and it wants us to change our margins to narrow. So I'm going to choose this here. So now that's fitting more on the screen. All right, that was step 2. Step 3, make the picture of the students more eye-catching and suitable for the layout as follows. Okay, we're going to resize the picture to a height of 2.5. All right, in order to do anything with the picture, I'm going to choose the picture, and once I double click on the picture, it brings up picture format here at the top. We're going to resize it by giving it a height of 2.5. So I'm going to go over here to height. You can use the arrows to change this, or you can just type it in. Right, and we're going to apply the center shadow rectangle picture style. Right, so here's our picture styles here. I'm going to find the one that it asked for. It says the suggestion is center shadow rectangle. So I'm looking for the one that's called center shadow rectangle. Center shadow rectangle, it's this one. All right. And then I'm going to apply the glow 5-point brown accent color 6. So that is the glow picture effect. All right, so I got some picture effects right here. I'm going to go to glow, and I'm going to choose the one that is the 5-point brown accent color 6. brown accent color 6, right? Looks like it's this one right here. Okay, I don't see, physically, I don't actually see the changes are subtle, but we did what the instructions said, so I'm going to save it right there so we don't lose that. All right, step 4, draw attention to the flyer's headline paragraph, financial aid workshop as follows. Change the paragraph spacing before to 12 point. All right, so I'm going to go to paragraph here. All right, paragraph spacing before. Here's the section right here. And change that to 12 point. All right. What else we're going to do? We're going to change paragraph spacing after to 6 point. And change the case to uppercase. I needed to have that selected, so let me, didn't select those, I did them, so let me undo some of this. All right, now I'm going to select that and do these things. All right, so that was 12, and this is 6. Font size 28 point. Font size, I'm going to select that here, 28 point, and then I need to change the case to uppercase. I'm going to do a search up here on case, change case, and I'm going to choose uppercase. All right, so that takes care of step 4. I'm going to save it. All right, so we've done 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm keeping up with it here by striking through. You don't have to do that. You don't have to turn the instructions. That just helps me to stay on track, especially if I was to put this away and get back to it later before I finished it. You can print it out, draw a line through it, draw a check mark, whatever you want to do. All right, so step 5, copy the text Avery University from the heading paragraph, beginning financial aid department at the top of the page. All right, so this is the paragraph right here. It wants us to copy Avery University. So I'm going to highlight that with Control C. You could also highlight it and right click on it and say copy. It does the same thing. And then paste it in the blank paragraph after financial aid workshop headline. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to paste it. That's all there was to step 5. Right, step 6, bold the date Monday, November 8th in the paragraph that begins Monday, November 8th. I'm going to choose that. This little shortcut menu is going to pop up. I'm just going to click bold off of there. So basically, we were making that the same as any other dates in the document by bolding it. All right, number 7, create a bulleted list with the paragraph Monday, November 8th at 7 and ending with the paragraph individual meetings for. So we're just going to take these two items right here. It says begin with this paragraph and end when they're right next to each other. And I'm going to make it a bulleted list. All right, so I chose the two and I want to appear to the paragraph menu and I chose the bullets option. I'm going to save that. All right, that was step 7. All right, step 8, add the words requesting thee to the paragraph beginning the workshop presents so that it reads the workshop presents guidelines for requesting the following. So I'm going to add requesting the workshop presents guidelines for requesting the following financial aid information. All right, read. Italicize the text often with interest in the paragraph beginning loans. All right. Money that must be paid over time, usually after you leave school, and often with interest. Often with interest. I wanted me to italicize it, not bold it. Italicize it. So we did that. Save it. All right. Step 10, delete the unnecessary sentence. Jobs are usually available on campus in the paragraph beginning work study. So I'm just going to select that sentence there. You can backspace it, but once it's all selected, I can press delete and it'll just go away. I press enter to get that back down on its own line. Step 11, emphasize the workshop list from the paragraph beginning grants to the paragraph. All right, so paragraph beginning grants, this one, all the way down to work study. All right, it wants us to emphasize those. All right, so we're going to change the font of the checks, change the font of the text in the workshop list to Trebuchet MS. All right, so I'm going to choose these. Here's our text area. I'm going to change it to Trebuchet MS. Trebuchet, type the first few letters and choose that. Change the font color of the text in the workshop list to dark red accent 1, darker than 25%. All right, it says 5th column, 5th row on the theme colors palette. All right. All right, so we're going to go to the 5th column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's supposed to be dark red accent 1, darker than 25%. It doesn't look right. Dark red accent 1, darker than 25%. So that's this one right here. Draw attention to the web address in the paragraph beginning complete financial aid guidelines as follows. All right, so we're going to move the hyperlink and then we're going to apply this text effect. All right, so we're going to go across here like this. We're going to right click on it and we're going to say remove hyperlink. But then we're going to apply the text effect orange accent 2. All right, it says orange accent to 6-column first row. One, two, three, four, five, six. Orange accent 2. Right. We'll save it right there. We've made lots of changes so far. I'm going to, all right, so if we're down to step 12, actually, no, we're actually down to step 13. So you can see here, step 13. All right, format the paragraph beginning complete financial aid guidelines as follows. All right, so we're going to format the paragraph beginning complete financial aid guidelines. I'm going to center it. So I've got it selected. I'm going to go up here to paragraph and I'm going to choose center. We're going to apply paragraph shading dark red accent 1 to this entire paragraph. Okay. Fifth column, second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth column, second row. Dark red accent 1 lighter than 80%. I don't know about that, but that's what it says to do. Looks like we did it right. I'm going to check that again, but we did the dark red accent 1 lighter than 80%. Fifth column, second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, second row. Dark accent 1 lighter than 80%. All right, yep, that's right. Okay. Step 14, insert a picture as follows to balance the layout of the page. In the blank line at the bottom of the page, insert the file. So this is our support file that we got. So the blank line at the bottom of the page. Right here, we're going to go to insert. We're going to go to pictures. And we're going to say from this device. Right, and we're going to go to downloads, and this is our support file right here. I'm going to insert that. Went to the other page, which is probably not right, so we're going to resize it based on the instructions to 1 inch. Go to change the change the height to 1 inch. All right, when we changed it, it actually smaller to fit on the whole page, so that's good. Now I'm going to save it. All right, it brings us up to our step 15. Step 15 here. Finish the flyer by adding a page border as follows. All right. So we're going to select the dotted page border, the second border in the style list. All right, so let's check the, I'm going to choose a page border. All right. Page borders. All right, it wants us to do a dotted page border. Second border in the style list. All right, and it also wants us to change the border color to brown accent 5. Sorry, guys, I was got an email and got distracted by it. We selected the dot, the page border. We're going to change the border color to brown. So I need to. The shading needs to be brown accent 5, ninth column, first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brown accent 5. Nope, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right. Did something wrong here, guys. So, all right, so I'm going to go back to that. Page border. Right. Oh, here we go. We want the color to be brown accent 5. Right, that's right. That's where we're going to do this, and we want to change the width of the border to 1.5 point. So 1.5. All right, so we're doing all that in the same spot. All right, so now we got what we want. I'm going to save that right there. And that gets us, that's our very last step. Strike through it, whatever you want to do. No problem. All right, so now that we got that saved, we can actually close that. All right, so now here we go. All right, so we want to upload our progress. So this is what's going to happen. You've completed the file, you got it saved. And you want to drop it right here and then submit it, and then Cengage is going to grade it for you automatically. All right. So where is it? Let's click here and go to our downloads, and that's where it is on my computer. Always be aware of where you're saving your files. I'm going to choose it. I'm going to say OK. It's going to upload it. It's going to be looking for this name to match. If these names don't match, it's going to stop right here. That's why it's important to follow those instructions early on and rename it. There's also coding inside the file to make sure that this is the file that you downloaded. So the file that's downloaded just for you. I wanted you to notice, matter of fact, I'll go and open it back up real quick just so you can see. This file actually says that it's created specifically for me, right? Because I'm the one that downloaded it. Yours should say that it's specifically created for you. All right, so we've got it submitted right there. I mean, uploaded. Now we just need to submit it. All right, and then there'll be a grade summary report. You can click, it'll download that, and you can open it up and look and see how you did. Looks like we got 38 out of 40. For somewhere along the way, I did something wrong. Let's see. It's probably the style effect. That did look wrong to me along the way, so we missed a couple of points for that. I would suggest that you do that better than we just did there. 38 out of 40 is pretty good considering all the stuff that we just did. This here will actually tell you exactly what to do and all that. This one is one that actually can be done more than once if you wanted to go back and fix it before you submit it. Very good. All right, so that's the instruction for today. That's all I got for you. Just keep pushing forward on, so let's find the schedule here. All right, keep pushing forward on your operating systems, get that done. And then this Word assignment here would be it's the first downloadable assignment, module 1 of Word. Right here on Cengage, it was underneath Word, module 1, apply it. Right, it's this one right here. All right, very good. I'll see you guys maybe on Thursday. I'll keep you posted. Thanks.